Happy Saturday and welcome to the Connect Show, Texas. Happy to be with you ladies today. Good morning.
Good morning, Natalie. So happy to be here.
I know it. It's March, new month, new you, right? And of course, I'm Natalie Cargile. I've got my co-host, Wendy Morales, with me, and boss babe, Marcy Crossland. One of my faves. You're here with us today, helping us bring that fire across Texas. So we're kicking things off with Women's History Month, right? And I just love it. This month is so special. You can honor a mother, a family member, grandparent, or you can honor a woman in business that you just really admire. And as I think about business, there's so many women that have helped me that I can't wait to get into that and girl chat. So now today we're talking about a lot of things. When do you think you're going to kick it off for us? What do you have?
Yes, just as you mentioned, we are very excited to be kicking off the month with Women's History. And we have so much love for the girl bosses that have paved the way for all of us. I'm really excited about this.
Yes, and so let's get into the girl chat first. So today we're going to talk about staying relevant while being cute, right? We all know as women in business, you want to be relevant and of course you want to be cute. So without though falling into this bottomless trap, and I think a lot of us have fallen victim of this. How much stuff, ladies, and I know y'all got a lot of stuff. How much stuff is too much? And when do we stop our excessive tendencies?
This is something that hits home for me so much right now, Natalie. Cody and I took an anniversary trip to Mexico. And because of the weather and the power outages, we were stuck there for a really, really long time. And, I speak Spanish and it gets better the longer that I'm there. And so it's really important for me to just immerse myself in the culture and get in there and live a little differently than we do here. Yeah. And I came home disgusted with myself and excess.
Yes. And why do you say that, Marcy? I mean, what was it with all of this stuff?
When you're down there and you're living in bathing suits and a cover up and you don't fix your hair or put on makeup or glue your lashes on or wrap your hair, all the things, you just wake up and you go, and it's a simple way of living, and it's based on day to day and surviving, and just living, and it's not about accumulating. And so when I came home and I looked at my closet, I told my husband, I was like, I am just so grossed out by myself. I mean, I already have it, so I'm gonna keep it, but I don't need to get any more.
For me, it's whenever I feel like I'm bursting at the seams with, clothes everywhere, closet maxed out, like all of the things, even inside my car. Sometimes it can get super crazy. And that's why getting help in my home and everywhere else in business and in my life makes such a difference, because yes, I'm very guilty of it too. And I like what you said, Marcy, in Texas, it's big hair, big cars, big everything, big bags, right? And you can find yourself sitting and looking at all of these things like, do I really need all this? And I think COVID was a big part of all of us kind of taking a look at that in particular and how we can do better.
COVID, and I'd like to add in on that as well. COVID and that week that we were stuck here in our homes, I think that also, made us realize, just like you said, like we do everything in excess, and we have to learn to, possibly live a little bit more, simplistic, or be more simple about things so that we can adjust appropriately when we come across those kind of situations.
And as we continue to encourage self-love, how do you pay attention to giving yourself more me time? I feel like it's so easy to get busy with busyness and perfection and trying to do all the things, and we don't compartmentalize. The last person we pay attention to is typically, ourselves. And I always think of the airplane, when they give you the mask, like you can't save somebody else until you save yourself first. And I struggle with this so much. So, how do you figure in that me time?
For me, so giving myself me time, for me is taking time every morning, and whether I wake up early or whether it's 11, 10, but I make sure to get dressed, get ready, and push myself to get to the gym. That for me is me time. Although it's work, it's also me time where I can actually, I am there alone, listening to my music that gets my day going. And not only that, but I get my workout in and I've accomplished a couple of things by then. So for me, that's me time. And that is so important, I think, for me to, to be able to get there, clear my mind, and then it makes me be so much more productive throughout the day.
I love that angle. And if you are doing something fun with your spouse, drop us a line on our social media. We'd love to hear how you are keeping it sexy at home. Well, coming up next, we are continuing to bring you more Boss Babe magic. We are talking trademarks and copyright and everything you need to know to up-level your brand in 2021. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Janine Pruitt. Thanks for joining me. I thought I'd start off and just talk about some first quarter stats and tell you what's going on in the real estate market. Today, we actually have 660 homes for sale. So we started the year with about 800. Inventories being absorbed quickly. Things are definitely picking up. We have 660, as I said, on the market, 379 pending sales. That's 379 homes under contract. On average, homes are selling for about 96% of list price, their current list price. Days on the market now is around 50 days. People often ask me, what's the average price per square foot in Midland? I'm going to answer that question for you today. It's 146.73 to be exact. So the market's improving. We've got some relocation clients coming. I've heard 20 families, maybe 30 families moving to Midland. That's really awesome movement. And job dates starting around July 1. So we're busy. That's the good news. We're really, really busy. Now with the big news. If you follow me on social media, you probably have seen that we've opened up our second location in Midland. I'm so very excited. 201 West Wall, Suite 105A, downtown Midland. A lot of great things are happening downtown with the micro market. There's now the Low Market, Pie Social, Cancun Grill, Centennial Park. It's really becoming a place where we all want to hang out. And that's exactly where we wanted to be to service our clients. So if you're in the area, we're right across the street from the Doubletree on Lorraine. Come by and see us. We'd love to set up a buyer meeting or a quick seller conversation, or just come in and say hi and have a cup of coffee with me. That'd be great too.
Stop Checking Your Likes is the hottest must-read of the moment. This is not a book about social media. It's about shaking off that need for approval and living your incredible life. It's available everywhere books are sold.
Welcome back to the show. So we have attorney, boss babe, and owner of the contract shop with us today, Christina Scalera. Yes, she is in the building. Good morning, girlfriend.
Hey, Natalie. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you're here, and I'm even more excited that you're leading the March Mastermind for the Connect. So I'm sure everyone at home is excited. You guys sign up right away. We are sharing all about trademarking and copywriting today. So let's start with the trademark and what that means.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the things that a lot of people get confused is the difference between a trademark, a copyright, and LLC. So I'm excited to explore that with you guys. And I think a really easy analogy for a lot of people to understand is your LLC is like your house and your trademark is like the furniture inside of your house. So every single time you buy a new piece of furniture, you don't need a new house. Well, I don't know, maybe some people do, but in this analogy, you don't need a new house every time. You just have a beautiful new piece of furniture in your house. And so that's kind of the difference between an LLC and a trademark.
I love that.
At what point in your business or in the development of your business is the appropriate time to get a trademark?
Yeah, Marcy, that's a really good question.
Or an LLC, whichever one's appropriate. Because I have
Yeah,
that.
for sure. I mean, an LLC, what it does is it forms a new person in the eyes of the law. So if you want to have a separate person that's available to sign contracts with your clients and enter into business arrangements and agreements, it's a good idea to get an LLC. I know in Texas, it's really, really, really easy and it's very inexpensive. And I don't even think you guys have renewal fees there. So there's a very low barrier to entry, and it's a great tool to have if you have a legitimate business, or if you have a hobby and you're trying to make that a little bit more legitimate. And then a trademark is a really good thing for you to start looking at if you have something that you want to be known for, such as a name, a slogan, a tagline, and you're concerned that someone else might start using that at some point, and you want to make sure that they can't.
I love that. And I just have to share that I love this topic because I own 3 trademarks, of course, 2 LLCs, but there's nothing like trademarking and having that ownership across the country. And I think that's one of the key pieces to the trademark as to why I wanted to own the Connect network, is because you can send out these great things called cease and desist to where you can't use this slogan, this phrase, this name, if it's trademarked. So I think it's very valuable if you're looking to bring your brand outside of a state.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's shift into a discussion on copyright.
Sure.
What's a copyright and what's the difference?
Yeah, great question. That's something that gets often confused with trademarks. So trademarks refer to something that you can easily use to identify a company. So for example, when you walk into the grocery store and you spot your favorite brand of water or soda or chips or whatever it might be, you know immediately that that is the correct brand that you want to be bringing home, because, fussy toddlers and kids, like, they're going to be really mad if you bring the wrong brand home. We don't have to look at the back and read a whole long thing just to find out that's the right brand. And so that is when we have a trademark, and that's what a trademark does. And then when we're talking about copyrights, we're talking about longer works of art or of writing. So for example, this entire news broadcast is going to be something that's protected by copyright, because you couldn't look at it outside of this context necessarily know that it's part of the Connect network. You'd need that trademark of the Connect network at the bottom to see who is producing that. Maybe the host or something, but like, you'd still need that name to see that that was the show that you were about to watch.
Up next, your self-worth is your network. And we have Jessica Campos here today to break down how you can find your number.
Good morning. This week, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Instead of talking about a traditional tech tip, since it's Women's History Month, we're going to talk about women who advanced technology throughout history. So this week, we're going to focus on Grace Hopper. Grace Hopper, also known as Amazing Grace, or the Queen of Software, helped program the very first commercial computer. She coined the phrase computer bug when she found a moth in a computer. And what she's most known for is developing Flowmatic, which is an English-like data processing language, the first of its kind.
Oh my goodness, happy Saturday, Connect World. I cannot believe I'm back on here again. I have missed being on here each week, connecting with all you amazing people. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Shauna Garcia, and I am with Benchmark Mortgage. I'm a licensed loan officer in the state of Texas. And each week I'm going to be coming on and telling you some do's and don'ts, some tips. We're going to be talking about different programs, how I can help you, and just all the mortgage industry world. The other thing I wanted to say is I want to talk to you about things that you guys want to talk about. So if there is something specific that you have a burning interest to know about, discuss, please look me up. You can reach me at my email, my phone number, my website. All the information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I'm definitely attainable and would love that opportunity to visit with you. So each week, tune in. Let's get those mortgage tips going. And next week specifically, we're going to talk about the difference between pre-approval and pre-qualified. As a consumer, we hear pre and we think all of a sudden we're good, but we're not always good. So tune in next Saturday, and let's talk about the difference between pre-approval and pre-qualified. I look forward to seeing you. Bye-bye.
Pull up, girl boss, and join the show. That's right. It's time for your 5 minutes of fame with the hosts of the Connect Show Miami. Yes, every week we bring you girl bosses that bring the magic. It's time for the Level Up, ladies. Join us on Saturdays, 6 a.m. on Fox 29. Register to be a guest at theconnectonline.com.
Welcome back to the Connect Show, Texas, and Jessica Campos. Yes, you saw her last week. She is back, and she's talking about so many amazing things. There you are, girlfriend. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm happy to have you. I'm looking to accelerate my own greatness, Jessica. And from what I've heard, you are the woman to teach me how to do just that. Today, you're going to help us with an exercise, okay? And we hear this a lot, right? We hear, your net worth is your network and your self-worth and all these things, but you actually help us find our number. So, and that number is really what will validate our mastery. What do you mean by that? And what is this exercise?
I'm so glad we're here today this morning. And hello, everybody. I'm Jessica with marketingforgreatness.com. And yes, this exercise, I'm going to say to everybody, take a picture of this because it's going to help you get really aware of how much worth you bring to the table. So we have 5 questions and I'm going to go really quickly. Take a moment to account for the time and money invested in your formal education.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go through the skills that you have acquired. Many people have not just a formal education, but they also have acquired skills, CE classes, continuing education. Then we go through the personal growth and the leadership development that some people I find that they have, especially the masters, right? And as we go through, then we take into consideration the time that we put in volunteering, the investments that we add into volunteering, and then we count how much we have invested to get the network that we have. When we get to that, we get a picture of how much worth we bring to the table. And I feel like that gives us the confidence to say that we can certify the value that we bring to the table. What do you think about that?
I personally love it. And it goes back to that meme that we see. And it says, you're not paying me for this 30 minutes of work. You're paying me for these last 10 years that I've got my mind right and mastered my craft. That's what you're paying me for.
Exactly.
Talk to us a little bit more about this, or talk to us about this course that you have coming up. You literally signed up 20 people this weekend and you're not finished yet. So what does that look like? When is it? Give us all the deets.
I'm excited. So think of this as an incubator. One of the things that the pandemic did is that I was able to write down the courses, the curriculum. So we have a book, we have a textbook, we have a network with opportunities, and it's a program that helps pretty much anybody that needs to grow this year. And we are bringing the marketing, the sales, and all the systems they need to take their business online. I'm super excited to help business owners. We need that right now.
I'm super excited too, Jessica. I'm really looking forward to you being with us the next several weeks and breaking down how to launch a course of your own.
Absolutely.
That's right. Well, how can people join this course? Because there's still time to sign up, right? It's not too late.
There is, and we are going to keep announcing a couple of surprises. So the best way to join is to follow us on Instagram, Coach Jessica Campos. And then I have all the links there with a couple of surprises, especially for those in the Connect Network.
Oh, I'm super excited. And I'm so glad we met. We met on social media. And Jessica's being a bit shy. She's not telling you about this amazing group that she runs on Facebook. I think 7,000 people in there, and they're all networking. And make sure you share that before you go, Jess, so people know how to find you. You're doing so much in Austin.
Yeah, so if you happen to have a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, definitely find us in Facebook. We have a group, it's Austin Entrepreneurs and Professionals that are looking for networking. If you type those words, you're going to find our group. We are going to resume the events very soon, so stay there, stay in the group, stay connected. We have every single day an opportunity for you to share, to find connections, to find introductions, and of course, to grow together.
That's right. I love it, Jess. You guys keep up with Coach Jessica Campos. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up, more about Women's History Month. Who's your boss, babe, you're admiring? More on that next.
Good morning, everyone. This is Christine Schwartz of Navarrete Schwartz, here to offer you some tidbits about divorce in Texas. So in other episodes, I've discussed about divorce in general, your rights in a divorce, and divorce in the pandemic. But today we're going to talk about actually filing for divorce. Not every divorce has to be a drawn-out endeavor or a years-long battle that you see like on Lifetime movies. Instead, you and your spouse can amicably draw up terms of your divorce, deciding child support, custody, spousal support, and the division of your all's property, assets, and debts. If you come up with a solid agreement, you can file that agreement with the court and it will be entered and it's done. This is called an uncontested divorce. It is very less stressful, faster, and less costly. Some couples do try to do this on their own. The Texas law is clear that a person cannot stay married against their will. Our state does allow a spouse to seek divorce and called a no-fault divorce, alleging irreconcilable differences that make the marriage insupportable. You don't need your spouse's permission to seek a divorce. Instead, you can individually file your original petition for divorce, alleging the marriage has broken down, and this process will start the divorce in court, and the filing of the petition is all you need to do. And again, you don't need your spouse's consent. Of course, as I said before, an agreed divorce is easier and faster and less expensive. Now, I do say that many times we do see divorces that end up being an agreement. And it's because the emotions aren't high anymore. And so many divorces do become uncontested. It's just a matter of when. But the fact remains, you do not need your spouse's permission or agreement to file for divorce. You must, though, provide a copy of your divorce petition along with proper service, or what they call proper notice to your spouse. If your spouse tries to make things difficult, it's okay. The law does allow other methods to be done in order to find that resistant spouse. So long as your spouse was properly served, the court has jurisdiction to move forward, even if he fails to respond. So as long as you have the filing of the petition, proper service, then you could be one of the lucky people that gets divorced. If this situation sounds like you, then it's not your time right now to wait, feel like you're stuck, and you feel like you can't do anything. Hiring an attorney like myself will get this job started. So if you have any further questions, feel free to visit me and my team at Navarrete Schwartz or visit our website, nstexaslaw.com.
Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
Welcome back to the show. All month, as we celebrate Women's History Month, we will highlight women that have made a great impact on us. Who is the boss babe that inspires you, and why do they inspire you?
Marcy, you want to go first, or should I take it away?
You know what? I'll go. Mine's really easy for me. Mine is my mama.
That's it.
Mine's my mama. She had 3 jobs whenever I was a little kid, and the woman never slept. She fell asleep driving. She worked at a convenience store at night. She cleaned houses on the weekend, and she worked at a bank in the daytime. And that is what it took for a single West Texas mama to raise up her kids. And she built the human that I am. And so my boss babe, I've never seen a person work harder than that woman to date. So that is my inspiration and my boss babe that I aspire to be. If I work that hard, I will do some good stuff.
Well, you are definitely on your way, and it's all about a good vision, right? A good visionary to lead the way. And I've got to agree. I concur. My mama too. You know, my mother and father were focusing on women because it's Women's History Month, but my parents are so amazing. They always, since a kid, they always told me I can do whatever it is I put my mind to. They showed us the world. They showed us opportunities. They showed us what is possible. And I was always listening and always picking up those nuggets. And my mom is just so amazing. She's so loving. She's so supportive. There are 4 kids, and my mom would go to work all day. She was a cosmetologist for most of my childhood growing up. Around high school, my dad kind of built her an in-home salon. So she was my first vision of an entrepreneur mother working from home. And her clients would come right through the garage to the salon, and they would leave. They had their own little entryway. And I just thought, wow, my mom, and it was Stacy's Place. On the mirror, it had like a little sign, like the whole deal. I'm like, Mom, you're so amazing. I want to work for myself when I grow up. And she went on to do other things after, working with your hands. She ended up developing carpal tunnel, not drastically, but it was still a part of her deal, got out of the hair thing and went back to school, continued getting her education. She's making a lot of money in the Minneapolis Public Schools payroll department, leading an entire unit of, I guess, maybe more than 10,000 employees managing payroll. I can't wait until she comes and works for me and manages my payroll, because she's just amazing. But yeah, shout outs to all the mamas out there. I know I went on and on and on, but I love my mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Thanks.
What about you, Wendy?
I'm with you too, my mom. And, just like you ladies, just watching her work so hard every day with 6 kids. And on top of that, just like you said, Marcia, you mentioned, going to work, cleaning houses. That was my mom. She cleaned house, but made sure our home was clean first, and took her grandkids to work every day, came home to a clean house, a dinner that was served right after school, and we looked perfect all the time. So yeah, that was my mom. And although I lost her this September, every single day she continues to inspire me. From the moment I wake up, it's all about you, Mom. It's for you. This is for you. Everything that I'm going to accomplish today. So yeah.
Amen. That's right. We love our mamas, and it's Women's History Month. We hope you today and all month think about the woman that's made a big difference in your life. And I love that you mentioned that hot meal, because it's like, how did they do that? My mom would cook dinner every night. It's like, you've been at work all day. Like, who are we going to order? What are we calling in? Right. But yes, shout outs to all of your moms. And Wendy, we are just sending you so much love, because that has to be so hard. And you continue to push through every day. You are so, so strong. And, that's what this is all about. We inspire, we influence, we network. And we hope that you're just enjoying being with us this morning.
Thank y'all so much for being with us today. Wendy, what you said was so powerful. And, my mom's still here, and I'm not as good as I need to be about those phone calls and the checking in and the being present. And so I do want to say that we're honoring women this month in business, that, my God, they shaped us and they built us. So we need to focus in, hone in and really focus. Thank you all for joining us today. If you are interested in sharing your brand with Texas, please join us at theconnectonline.com, and please follow us on YouTube. Make sure you catch all of those at Natalie's Network. We'll see you soon. Thank you.